I would
That's
punch it
crazy
out of
work.
the air if it was coming towards me. I'd be like, no, loose article, bam, and I'd punch it.
Or then you may get a loose article somewhere else.
Somehow I know that's still hitting me in the head.
As soon as I punch it, it jumps 17 states north and hits you in the head.
Yeah. Sup, Park Peeps? I'm Demi from Magical Hijinks.
And I'm entertainment journalist Joey Nolfi, strapping in for the Park Peeps podcast, the ultimate theme park show where unhinged passion, travel expertise, and coaster nerd chaos collide.
And today, Cole, aka Bibbidi Bobbidi Beard, joins us to discuss dangerous theme park behaviors that all guests should avoid. So buckle up and pull up on that yellow strap as we dispatch for season 2 of the Park Peeps podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Park Peeps podcast. I'm Joey Nolfi, and my co-host Demi and we found ourselves in a bit of a predicament. After covering several weird theme park attractions that brought guests to the brink of death and on the edge of hell, it seems that we have opened a portal ourselves and have found our souls stuck in limbo and also wedged in the fiery depths of the underworld scene from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Disneyland.
We have received word from the judge inside the ride's iconic judgment scene that we must wait our judgment as well and atone for our sins. This week, we're bringing safety and awareness to all our dear listeners as we highlight unsafe and dangerous park behaviors that need to stop immediately.
And while we await atonement, please help us break out of the depths of hell by giving us a comment, a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Unless it's a 10-star option, then give us a 10-star review. And follow us on socials at Park Peeps Pod, at Joey Nolfi, and at Magical Hijinks. And you know that's Hijinx.
Because, just like Figment, even though he lost this category, philanthropic efforts are also part of our atonement efforts for this week. We're also announcing our first ever giveaway!
Woo!
Yay, giveaway! Head over to our at Park Peeps Pod Instagram page for more information. But Joey, before this week's wild 2-minute tea time, do you want to tell our listeners how they can win a $50 Disney gift card?
Well, yes. In our first ever Park Peeps giveaway, we are calling on our dear listeners to do the following. Follow us on Instagram at Park Peeps Pod and subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a comment and a top rating score on your podcast app of choice, and you must provide screenshot proof that you have left the comment and rated us with the highest rating. And please drop that into our Instagram DMs at Park Peeps Pod. The best review or comment we receive on Apple and Spotify will win the $50 Disney gift card. So get to subscribing and commenting, easy peasy.
Thank you, Joey. We look forward to seeing all of your feedback. The deadline for entries is 2 weeks from today, Tuesday, April 21st, with the winner being announced on Tuesday, April 28th in that episode. Now, on to this week's 2-minute tea time that truly marked a new level of unwell for you, Joey.
Yes, I am absolutely sick in the head for this one. I must admit, that's all I could think as my Uber driver went to pick me up at my hotel in Las Vegas to take me to the middle of an abandoned parking lot where I filmed myself for about an hour, just losing it over pieces of an abandoned roller coaster laying in the middle of this parking lot right next to the airport. And I looked like an absolute crazy person, but there is a very interesting history of a roller coaster in Las Vegas that used to operate at the Sahara Resort. It was widely regarded as the best roller coaster in Las Vegas, which is, not saying much because the Las Vegas roller coasters aren't really that good. I will say the Canyon Blaster at Adventure Dome, I actually did enjoy that a lot. And the first drop on El Loco at Adventure Dome was really good too, but the rest of the ride, not so much. But this roller coaster has been sitting in a parking lot for pieces of it for about, I want to say, when did it close? 2011? How many years ago is that? 15 years? It's literally been sitting in pieces for 15 years, unmoved,
That's crazy,
untouched. And this is my live dispatch from my very unwell little afternoon on dancing on the carcass of Speed the Ride in Las Vegas.
Joey here reporting live for Park Peeps 2-minute tea time and what is perhaps
one of the most unwell things I have ever done for this pod, or maybe in my life in general. I'm currently in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am looking at actually, I'm not going to say looking. I am currently dancing atop the carcass of a deceased roller coaster, while cars drive past me near the Las Vegas airport in this abandoned lot where all of these coaster pieces sit in a heap, as they have been for 15 years. And these cars are probably looking at me like I'm a crazy person. But here lies Speed the Ride, which originally opened at the Sahara Resort in Las Vegas. The Sahara is actually one of the original resorts, one of the oldest resorts to open in Las Vegas. And they opened this coaster, I believe around 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere in that range. I don't have the date right in front of me. I should have memorized that before I did this 2-minute tea time. But you know what? I didn't. But we're here and we're in the field and we're reporting and things happen on the fly. But this coaster actually was regarded as one of the best in Las Vegas at the time that it opened, which isn't really saying much. However, it launched from 0 to 45 miles per hour. It was a premier rides design. It launched into an immediate overbank turn, hit a vertical loop, and then hit a second launch, traveling up to 70 miles per hour. And it would then, all along the Las Vegas Strip, hit a 244-foot vertical spike before traveling backwards down that same spike to do the whole course in reverse. Now, there are some really interesting things that this coaster was known for when it was open. Notably, when it first opened, one of the first promotional things that the Sahara did to promote it was put an entire train full of Elvis impersonators on it, which there is some footage of it. And our dear friend Sam from Expedition Theme Park, you can go watch his video on this coaster while it was existing. He has some footage of the Elvises in there. It is crazy, perhaps even crazier than me asking my Uber driver to drop me off a parking lot right next to the airport with nothing else around but roller coaster pieces. However, one of the interesting things is that this coaster, well, I never rode it because it closed in, I think, 2011 and has been sitting here in this parking lot ever since. I've never touched the coaster. I've never ridden the coaster, but you know what? We're going to bend down. Oh, yes, there we go. And you know what? This is so close to the fence. Boop. There we go. I just touched it. Joey has now touched Speed the Ride. We're going to keep walking so that people don't think I'm even more of a crazy person than I already am. But it is really cool to see all of these coaster pieces just sitting here with the Las Vegas skyline behind it. It's just outside the city. This coaster was actually rumored to be rebuilt. There was a Ferris wheel complex that actually, not too far from here, you can actually see the foundation and the giant concrete towers that the Ferris wheel were going to serve as the Ferris wheel's hub. And there were rumors that this coaster was going to get rebuilt around that. That project actually fell through. So this is like a whole graveyard of amusements over here in Las Vegas. But there's the airplanes because, like I said, this is right next to the airport. But well, you know what? We're going to let that plane go over. They're doing some surveillance on me, making sure that I'm not as crazy of a crazy person as I am. But yeah, this coaster is a wild piece of history. The fact that it's just sitting here in a parking lot underneath a sign, might I add, for Pink Box Donuts. And the sign actually says, "So good you'll lick the box." So this is where Speed the Ride lays. I'm currently dancing atop its grave, looking at look at that. There's the pieces of the launch track, the linear motors that sent the ride on its launch. And then there's a second portion of it. You can make out the vertical loop track, the second launch, and then pieces of the 244-foot vertical spike. All of this to say, if you are an unwell coaster nerd like me and you want to see the body of a dead roller coaster, there's one sitting here in Las Vegas for you. So, yeah, check out. I'll have a video about this on my social media. And, like I said, check out Expedition Theme Park, Sam's video. But, now back to Joey and Demi of the future.
Wait, no, I just want to know.
Yes.
What did your Uber driver say to you?
So,
was he like, "Are you sure?"
He picked me up and we were driving there. And of course I had to tell him because I was like, this is going to be weird if this guy is just dropping me off in the middle of a parking lot and there's nothing else around. I mean, the city is in the backdrop of it. So you can see the city. It's pretty close to the Mandalay Bay Hotel actually. But he did at one point, he was kind of like, where am I taking you? And I was like, okay, listen, I'm a coaster nerd. I said there used to be a roller coaster on the Strip and it's now sitting in pieces in this parking lot. I'm a full coaster nerd and I'm making a video about it and I really want to. And he was like, oh, cool. And then when we got there, he actually was so interested in it that he drove up closer. He was like, wait, I want to see it. And he drove up closer and he was sitting there for a little bit looking at it too. He was like, that's really cool. And then he just dropped me off and sped away and I was there for about an hour just filming myself.
And they found you to pick you up again?
Oh, they sure did. And I had to drop a pin for the Uber driver, and then I also had to explain it to him. I was like, sir, I know this is very strange. However, I'm a coaster nerd, and enthusiasts are deeply unwell people, and that's me, and this is what I just did here. So, but then I told him, and he was like, oh, that's really cool.
Love that.
So, yeah. But, Demi, we are one step closer to atoning for our weirdness and our unwellness, and frankly, our sins. Oh, look at that, Sin City. We're atoning for our sins.
Ah!
But Cole, aka Bibbidi Bobbidi Beard, is here to push us over the edge to salvation and save us from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride Hell as we outline unsafe theme park behaviors that need to stop coming right up.
Thank you, Park Peeps listeners, for hanging on with us as we hang on to our sanity and seek salvation here in the hell scene in Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, where we've just received word that our guest is traversing time and space to come help us atone and get us out of here.
Joining us for another Park Peeps PSA, the judge ordered us to do as a means to save us from hell and enhance overall guest safety at theme parks. Here to break down dangerous park behaviors is Cole, aka Bibbidi Bobbidi Beard. Hello,
Yay,
Cole.
Cole. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
We've
Of
wanted to
course.
have you on for so long, and honestly, when we were coming up with this week's topic, I was like, "Ooh, I know someone who's good for this."
Yeah, we were like,
Yeah,
we gotta
get to call out all the bad park behavior. Yeah.
That's right. Rub those hands together in a devious little way, and we are appreciative that you traverse the flaming depths of hell to come here and save us, because we are desperately in need of saving here in the hell scene in Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yes.
I was already here.
I mean, you do frequent Disneyland as a Disney Worlder quite often.
I do.
Listen, that park is just, it holds such a special place in my heart too. It's such an amazing place. And it's funny though, I don't often ride Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Cole, are you a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride frequenter?
I do. I love it because it does not feel like because there is not a happy ending with that ride and everything like that. I'm just like, this should not be here. Like, if you pay attention to the story, this should not be in a Disney park today and everything like that. And that's what I absolutely love about it. It usually doesn't have like a long wait at the end of the night. So it's always like a towards the end of the night kind of ride and everything, it's just great. I love it.
It's so amazing. I was like, I like cried the first time I did it because I never got to do it when it was in Disney World.
Demi cries at everything.
I do cry at everything. I literally do cry at everything. But I was so excited because it was like, it's like, it has so much like love and lore, and like to actually like see it in person was like so overwhelming for me. It was amazing. And I love it. And if they ever get rid of it, I will riot. I will riot in the streets.
Do we think it's a real possibility? I mean, I don't know. I think that might be one of the untouchables.
Yeah, I feel like that section you would be handicapping so much for a long time, since those rides are like built on top of one another and like so crammed in there. Like, unless it's just catastrophic failure of one of the rides like not working anymore, I don't see why they would touch any of them.
Yeah. Unless they retheme it to something else. I mean, I would hope not.
That would be a huge, like, just handicapping the very center of the park or whatever. That there'd have to be a really big justification, I feel like.
Right. I mean, I love that they did the update for Snow Way. I think that those things are kind of fine, where it's like trying to keep like the same vibe, but making it more, a little prettier, and that's it. But I don't want them to actually touch anything in Mr. Toad's.
No, I don't either. Because I remember
the way it is.
Yes, no, it really is. It really is, and it has that classic traditional touch. But I love that you said that it doesn't have a happy ending, because you know what? Today we're going to try to give it a happy ending, because Demi and I have been stuck here in hell. Cole, you are here to save us. But before we get to our mission today, our Park Peeps PSA of unsafe park behaviors, would love to hear what you have maybe planned coming up for your socials, anything that you would like to plug or promote that our listeners should go and check out.
I'll be in Disneyland in a couple of weeks.
Yes,
of course you are.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, I have not gone as much as honestly I would have liked within the last maybe like 6 months or so. Like, there was a couple years ago with the job that I was doing before, I was literally there like once a month, and I was like, oh man, I got so hooked on it, and that's when we became APs and everything like that, or Magic Keys out there. And everything. So we just haven't been back since the end of last year, and everything. So
Wow.
My wife's got some work out there in April, so we're like, I'm gonna tag along and we're gonna do that. But also probably a little bit of the other theme park. Probably going to do Fan Fest nights because anyone that watches my
Yay.
stuff knows big anime fan and everything as well. So them doing like One Piece
One
and D and
Piece.
D and all that stuff is I love Fan Fest last year. I went at the end though, so excited to be out there for when it's starting this year. And everything.
Look at you
So
going to Universal.
yeah, I don't put it. I've had Universal passes, and I just don't ever like find myself going to that side of town that often. Or like
Yeah.
everyone I know, they typically go like during the day and having like an actual 9 to 5. I'm just like I can't do that and stuff. So and it closes
Right.
earlier. So
Well, I mean, that's awesome. I'm so excited for everything you have coming up. And I am so excited to hear what all of our top bad behaviors
Warnings.
or
Warnings.
warnings that we need to stop in these parks. And
Yes.
Cole, you're our guest of honor. I would love to hear, what is your first bad theme park bad behavior?
Call them out. Call them out.
this is a big pet peeve for me. But one of the things that annoys me the most is we're gonna say cutting in line. And by cutting in line, I mean when you have someone who's already gotten in line, but then the amount of people that did not get in line is bigger than the amount of people that are in line, and then you have one person ahead of you, and then 6 people come past
Yep.
you. The
Nope.
rule of thumb should always be you go wherever more people are. So if
Yep.
one person got in line and the rest came in late, sorry, one person, you got to go back to them. And I don't even if it's 3 and 4. I'm sorry, the 3 of you
Yep.
go back to where the 4 is. It's so annoying. And the one of the most insane examples I saw of like people doing stuff like this also, which I've not seen this since then. But when Toy Story first opened up, there was a family in line where it was like the dad and the son, and then the mom and like 3 other kids come through the line with entire trays of Woody's lunchbox because it was like a 2-hour wait when it first opened, like full trays of food sneaking past everyone. And I'm like, not only is there more of you joining them, but you brought your entire dinner into the line with you. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It's now a lifestyle. Apparently, cutting is a lifestyle. Eating in line is a lifestyle, and this is why I knew you were good people, because this is
This is like Joey's biggest pet peeve.
It is one of my truly, and I think that this falls under the umbrella of unsafe, because I think it can lead to conflict and physical harm, as I have seen many a TikTok video about where fights erupt in the park over people cutting in line.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I am one of these people that I will not... Demi, I don't think you've ever been with me when I've done this, but I definitely did it. The last time I did this was at Disneyland in Pirates of the Caribbean. I believe I was with my friend Roxy, and we were almost into the building, and this group of 4 women came. My cutoff is 2. If there's any more of 2 of you, no, it's a no. And they were like, "Oh, our mom's just up there." And I said, "Oh, how many of you are there? 4?" I said, "No, sorry, we've been waiting. That's a whole..." And they were like, "Are you serious? We can't." And I said, "No, that's a whole row on this ride. No, sorry, you're not doing it." And I just stuck my arm there, and they were in disbelief. I think they thought I was kidding. And it's like, no, you're not. That is so unfair. That is
Right?
so unfair. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Like your mom can come to you. Like
Yeah,
Your mom can come to you. That's right. Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, which one is she? I'll call her down for you. I'll get her attention."
I know. And you know what? People have ruined like anything like that. Like I remember when I was actually with Mike at Cedar Point, I stopped we were on the line together, and I stopped to like just take a picture of something. Like this was my first time there. I was so excited. I wanted to like get a quick picture. It was while we were in the queue, and the queue was like moving like really fast, and I just had to like catch up to him like 2 seconds, and people were like so annoyed at me, and I'm like, but I've been online. I'm just trying to get back up to my friend. Like you saw me, you walked right past me.
Walking.
And I know they're only feeling this way because of people who do what you guys are explaining.
And it's a problem, too, because the more you see people do that, like, oh, 6 of us can go catch up to our own person, the more it also then encourages people that aren't actually meeting up with anyone to feel emboldened to be like,
Yes.
oh, our person's up ahead. And like a whole group of people like go pushing, like the amount of times that I've had and this is where I start to feel old as an adult, when I see a bunch of teenagers being like, "Oh, our
Mm.
group's up there, whatever." And I'm like,
Yeah.
the 60, yeah, you sure? Like, is your chaperone up there? Because I doubt it. I think
Yeah.
you're just trying to get up there and not wait in line. And it's just every time I was like, you're making me doubt people. And I was like, I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is fake. Just don't do it. Just get in line together as a group.
I have fully seen someone do the Impractical Jokers Larry bit at, I think it was at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Yes, that's where it was. It was Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Someone was trying to do the Larry bit where you would just like, yeah, Larry, and you're trying to like walk to Larry. This is like from Impractical, like the first.
But Larry doesn't
Impractical
exist,
Jokers.
correct?
Larry does not exist.
Larry,
Okay.
he just walk. And honestly, I was laughing so hard, I just let him go.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
if you're really gonna go to that extreme to do that,
Might
like,
as well.
honestly, just go.
Were they
That's
doing
all.
the Larry bit calling out a different name, or were they calling out
No.
Larry?
It was full Larry. Like,
That's perfect.
and
I'd let them go
everyone-
too.
Everyone laughing, like knew exactly what was going on, and we all just let him through.
I'm doing it as Demi from now on. I'm just going to be like, Demi,
No,
Demi,
no.
Demi, please, Demi, please. I want to get up in line with my sister, Demi.
No,
That's what
there's
I'm
not that
doing.
many Demis. They'll all start to hate me.
They'll
think
all know
real.
it's you. I'll be like, magical hijinks, please. But no, I did. It's funny, Cole, that you talk about teenagers because the other serious incident that I had with this was with Demi. You remember the story? I won't tell the whole thing, but essentially it was a group of about, honestly, I counted, it was about 12 to 13 children between the ages of, I want to say 12 and 19 that tried to cut in front of my friends, my cousins, Stephanie and Lindsay,
Oh, right.
and my friend, my other friend, tried to cut in front of us at Cosmic Rewind. At the very beginning, they were like, our parents
12
were
or
up
13
there.
people?
Oh, yes.
That's
And-
the entire
yes.
car.
Literally the entire car. And I would not let them. And they got so mad at me and they started running their mouths. And I don't think they expected me to turn myself around. And I looked at them, I said, you got something to say to me? And they got real scared real quick. And then they ran away. And they were like, oh, I think actually mom's in the Italy pavilion. And they left. And I was like, yeah, because nobody was up there. Nobody was up there, you little MF. I almost said a bad word. I can't say a bad word. But yeah, that is what a good one to start us off with, Cole. Thank
Very
you. That
good.
is a very, very good one. And Demi, may I please say the one that you know I'm going to say first because I've said it
Go ahead.
900
Let's
times
just
on
get
this
it over
episode.
with.
We're
Let's
just going to
get
get
it
it
over
over
with.
because I did just have our 2-minute tea time this week was from Las Vegas, and I also had
Yes.
an experience in Las Vegas that severely triggered me because it is the most unsafe thing I do believe that you can do while riding a thing that goes over the speed of, let's say, 15 miles per hour. So I was out at the Adventure Dome for the first time, the Circus Adventure Dome. And actually, speaking of portals through hell, right outside the Adventure Dome is the SpongeBob Dark Ride, which
It's just like clicking a remote over and
Yeah.
over.
that is a portal to hell all in itself. But I saw red like the flames of hell when I was standing in line for the Canyon Blaster, an old Arrow looper inside this big Adventure Dome. And what do I see? The person in the very front row holding his cell phone with both hands before the train even left the station. And I'm looking at the ride ops who are clear. They check his restraint. They see him. I'm looking at them and I'm like, are you going to tell him to put his phone away? Like like he's not sitting in the front seat.
Mm.
They said not a word. And I saw him go through the whole course holding his phone out. My blood was boiling. And I said very loudly, right as a ride op walked past, I was telling my friend that I was with that he should not be doing this because it's unsafe. She stopped and she like looked over at me and then looked back at her phone and kept going. And this is the most documented unsafe behavior in a theme park. If you are on an attraction, and I'm talking Test Track, I'm talking Expedition Everest, it doesn't matter that it's a Disney park. These are feats of mechanical engineering that travel at very high speeds. They don't care if they're at a Disney park. They don't care if they're at a kiddie park. If that phone comes out of your hand and flies back and hits someone in the face, not only does it have the potential to severely disfigure their face by breaking bones, by losing teeth, you can permanently damage someone's vision if you drop that phone from a height of 50 feet and it, God forbid, it hits a child in the head on the walkway below. I don't even have to tell you what it's going to do to a 3-year-old skull if a cell phone is dropping from a height of 50 feet and hits their skull. It is
Dark.
Google it. This happens every single year, multiple times, people getting injured with cell phones on roller coasters and high-speed rides. Do not do it. Anytime I see this on Instagram, on TikTok, I call it out. I comment on it. Do not do this, and parks need to be stricter about this because it is literally something that injures people every single year, multiple times throughout the year. So
yeah, and I will say the other thing too, it's like when you talk about seeing it on social media too, this is one of the, because social media is a double-edged sword, like you, of both good and helpful things and informative things, as well as then like bad behaviors. But the thing is too, is that like you never have the full picture of something. And so when people see like, even say, like actual, like, cause influencers get invited to like the opening of a new attraction or stuff like that, they always have footage on the ride, but they don't understand that that is either like set up by the park, like it's something that's mounted that's giving them that footage, or it's an approved device that is
GoPro,
like a
wrist
GoPro
strap,
that's mounted,
Yep.
something where it's like this has been approved and stuff like that. And then sure, there are also then people that do it on a daily basis that it's not approved, but like but a lot of times you have no idea how someone's filming that. A lot of the times people are doing it in a safe way. And stuff like, it's not just them holding their cell phone out with their hand. When I see people holding their phone just with their hand, I'm like, you're crazy. Like not even just from immediately, it's also just like, you're going to lose your phone. Not even like thinking like what it could do to someone else. I'm just like, why would you do that? Cause phones aren't cheap these days either. So I'm just like, why are you taking $1,000 and just risking it all and stuff? Cause wasn't there was someone just last year, I feel like there was a story of that where someone's phone came out of their hands and like hit someone in like the shoulder and like dislocated their shoulder or something like that.
Multiple stories last year, including at my home park of Kennywood on a roller coaster that travels 82 miles per hour. A cell phone came loose. There was a girl in Utah. I don't know if it injured anybody, but there's video of it on TikTok of her phone that was, first of all, the one girl's phone was not secure in her back pocket and fell out at a height of 205 feet. And the other girl has her cell phone out filming the whole thing, which two phones there are out on a ride. And then, it also happened. There was a guy filming. He was holding dolls out and making them fly on Incredicoaster at Disneyland. And I commented on his stuff too, being like, what is wrong with you? Like, if that doll flies back, that doll has little arms and little legs, that if that doll flies back at 50 miles per hour and hits someone straight in the eye, they're losing that eye. I mean, you're a crazy person. So just, that's my rant that I have once every 4 episodes on this podcast. But I saw it over the weekend and it incensed me.
I think we need to like have at least 6 episodes in between, Joey.
No, I will never. No, I really will never shut up about this. I really
is just like, here he goes again.
No, I really no.
No, but I know it's a serious topic. I understand.
I will never shut up about it because if I can stop one person from doing it on a cell phone, like that's important to me.
I understand.
It really makes me upset. But so okay.
All right, you good?
I think I just dug myself deeper into the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride Hell section.
I think so.
Speaking of that, though, this wasn't someone holding their phone up, but you see the one video, I don't know where it was or what coaster it was, where someone's phone came out of their pocket on like a loop-de-loop like ride, but it came out, and because it was kind of in a situation where it was a little bit of like kind of like the anti-gravity feel with like how the coaster was going, and it like you just saw it slowly come out of their pocket, and then when they went to go down, like the person behind them like caught it out of thin air. And then, like, because someone was filming with like Metaglass or something, and they're like, "Yeah, that was crazy." Gosh. That wasn't someone filming to start with, but like someone was like losing their phone, and the person behind them caught it, and I'm like, "That was cool."
Did not see that. Crazy. Did not see that.
I'll try to find it and send it to you. It was a crazy.
I'm gonna take that one.
I don't know if it was phone. Actually, it might have been sunglasses. I don't know. It was something, but it came out, and it was almost like it happened in slow mo, and then the person behind just like snatched it clean out of the air and stuff. So they didn't lose their item. I was like, "That was crazy."
I would punch it out of the air if it was coming towards me. I'd be like, no, loose article, bam, and I'd punch it.
But then you make it a loose article somewhere else.
No, that's true. Oh, no. Only if we're over water and that happens.
Yeah, you're going to punch it over the...
Okay, you're on Velocicoaster, like, no.
Yeah, if it's on Velocicoaster, I punch it over the water, and then it goes in the water, and then I'm a hero.
There you go.
Yeah.
Somehow I know that's still hitting me in the head.
As soon as I punch it, it jumps 17 states north and hits you in the head.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Demi, save me from this hell, please. What is
Okay.
your first unsafe, dangerous park behavior that needs to stop immediately?
Okay. Okay. Well, do I want to do this one first, or do I want to? Okay.
I think you do. Start strong.
I'm gonna start strong. You're right. Okay. It's not like unsafe in the sense of like physically, but it could. But I am just absolutely tired of people treating cast members really and poorly.
Yeah.
I am livid, honestly. Sometimes the behavior I see, the way guests treat these cast members, most of them are like 20 years old on their Disney college program that it's just trying to like make some magic and, you know, finish up their school and stuff and do their thing, and they don't have any control of Disney operations. They always get the worst brunt of it, and it's so horrible. And I have like, I've never like stepped in to the point where like I like put myself involved in the situation, but anytime I see somebody being rude to a cast member, I will always make sure after that person leaves to go over to the cast member and apologize to them that this person was horrible to them and that they didn't deserve it and that they're really great, and, you know, keep up what they're doing. And that, you know, I could never speak to somebody like the way I see people speak to cast members sometimes. And what's so crazy is too, it's like people go to Disney specifically too because of cast members, because cast members are a whole other level of an employee customer service face person, like versus like going to like a regional theme park, right?
Yeah.
And so you know that they're always going to do the best for you. You know that they're always going to be cheerful. You know you're going to have that Disney bubble feeling. And for you to do that to them, I mean, you got to be some sort of like
evil
is the word. Yeah, it's just evil.
It's bad, and this can again fall into the same thing that as Cole's first example. I think this can fall into the category of unsafe and dangerous because not only is it provoking a response from someone, Demi, maybe who, unlike you, which I think it's a really good thing that you do, is you go up to the cast member and you focus on them, like, hey, you didn't deserve that. Your day's going to be fine. Don't worry.
Right.
But
because
someone's going to go up to that person while they're in that irate mood and be like, hey, back off of this cast member, and then a fight erupts. And
yes, that's exactly why I don't do it. I'm from New York. I know exactly where to mind my business and when I need to get involved into something.
Mind your business.
Mind your business, pay your taxes. But seriously, because you, especially nowadays, even in a theme park, like you just don't know like how crazy people are going to be,
right?
And as long as like no one is like getting hurt or like also honestly the best thing you can do like with like for to help and also to like protect yourself, film it.
You film it.
You have a phone. Film
also,
it. That's
because you're gonna want to film that. I'm gonna bop you with a bubble wand.
Be discreet. Like if you think there's an issue that you don't think you can personally solve, that you think you need to go find somebody else like that can help, film like that's, and then, you know, but I haven't seen personally, I have not seen it got to that point, thankfully, but I just see like just nasty people speak to cast members, and again, and they're like kids, and I think that's also what it is. Like I've never seen, and not to like put age into this, but it's never like a younger person yelling at another younger person or an older person. It's always an older person yelling at somebody younger that they think they can get away with it because they're younger. And it's just wrong. Like be respectful. We're all human beings. And these are people who are just doing their job that have no control over the weather or if a ride is down or if like,
your lightning, you didn't wake up early enough to buy your lightning lane.
Yeah, exactly. If you missed your reservation, like this is not their problem. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
And they will do, if you approach it with kindness, they will do everything that they can to help you. But they really will. And I've seen enough TikToks of former cast members online that are like, if you came up to me and were rude to me at a reservation thing, I would make sure that you would not get that table. But if you came up to me and you were nice, I would do everything in my power to make sure that I could help you. And it's like,
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, we start anytime we ever have to like have an issue or try to need some help with something, like because of how negative they have the amount of negativity they have to deal with on a daily basis, I always start like every conversation with a cast member that like we're coming up to ask them a question or need their help with something. Like, listen, I know you may not be able to help me, but I just wanted to see, like, ask whatever. I start with establishing.
Yeah.
I fully get that you may not be able to do anything about it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Just wanna see what our options are, so that way they immediately know I'm not going to get mad at you if you tell me no, that you tell me this is an option and stuff like that. So, and I think it's important. And I'm the same way with you. Is like if the person walks away, well, a little bit. If I have a tendency these days to make some sort of comment as that person's like walking away that was just rude to a cast member, like that's one way to treat people or something like that I hope that they hear. So if you ever there's ever a video, Bibbidi Bobbidi Beard was rude to me in the parks, just know that they were probably rude to a cast member.
There you go.
So,
that's tea.
So know that there is context that's not been shared. But then I also I like to like, if I can, same thing, like say to that cast member, like, you didn't need to deal with that. And if it's not like a quick in passing, I always will do like a cast compliment for them, being like, hey, they handled themselves really well in a difficult situation kind of thing. Like,
of course.
Like shout that person out after they just got shouted at.
Well, I mean, listen, I think we're really making headway here on our path to heaven, Demi. We're really... Cole is extending that beard like a rope down into the cavern, and we are climbing on up.
Oh my gosh! That needs to be an image.
Yes, we are. That's going to be the cover.
Now I need to figure out like a male Rapunzel cosplay.
Yes, yes, that's what we're doing.
Beard instead.
Oh my god! No, but you need to do that now.
Yep, that's what we're doing. That's going to be the cover.
I got how many months till D23? 4 months.
Grow it out,
something like that.
That's right.
I don't know. So many months.
Well,
I don't know.
Yep.
Not
listen, Cole, we're back to you. What's your second dangerous / unsafe theme park guest behavior that needs to stop?
My second one may be a little bit more just kind of like personal. Some may not bother some people, but personal space when you're in lines or places. I think it definitely got spoiled when the parks reopened after closure and everything like that in 2020 with that distancing. But like, I don't get it sometimes with people. Like if I'm like, cause I wear a lot of lounge flies and stuff too, whatever. It's a small backpack. I should not be being banged around because the person's standing right on my back, like bumping into me and stuff like that. And just like, it's just a personal pet peeve of mine, just how close some people get that aren't in your group or whatever. I'm just like, I should not be able to feel you breathing on my neck. Like,
stepping on your ankle.
I'm not saying you need to be 6 feet away from me, but like, you're not part of my group. Don't be standing so close that I feel like you're part of my group all of a sudden. Like, it's just, in lines, even like, I mean, most of the time it's in lines, but then like even like walking too, whatever, because that's then also leads the kind of people that are like right on the heels of people in front of them. That's how you get the stroller people taking your ankles out and stuff. It's just like, can you stay? Don't walk that close behind. Don't tailgate me with your stroller and stuff like that. Because I can't brake check you with my feet because I'm going to be the one that gets hurt.
Oh, I would love to do that. And it's the worst for me. The reason why it's unsafe and dangerous, the most unsafe and dangerous thing in the world that can possibly happen to me is when my shoes get dirty. So when a child steps on my shoes, as they did to my brand new $165 New Balances that I purchased for this past trip.
No, the new ones already?
Yes, the new one. Well, I rubbed the dirt off. However, yes, the look I gave to this child that stepped on my shoe because they were so excited in the line and their parents were not wrangling them. It was in the Space Mountain queue. And Demi, lots of my things get ruined in the Space Mountain queue.
So many things happen on the Space Mountain queue.
Yes, from shirts to shoes, things get ruined in the Space Mountain queue. But it was the same color too, actually. On both things, but yes, what a experience. But see, that's the thing too. It's like, that does, especially, I know Demi has had issues with electronic vehicles as unsafe behaviors in the past. However, wait, is that your second thing? Am I spoiling your second thing? Oops. No. Am I spoiling it?
No,
Okay,
I don't know,
okay.
maybe.
We'll leave the
Maybe a
intrigue.
little bit. It's
Oh,
part of it.
sorry,
It's
sorry.
part of it.
I
It's
just see. I know
okay.
you so well. I know you so well. But
It's honestly,
there's been
it's not
blood
really that.
drawn.
It's not really that. I mean, I've said it before. Like, the ECVs, because they get so close. Like, it knocked off.
Oh.
Like my cousin, she's
Marion.
my second cousin, Marion. So she's in her 70s.
Icon.
New knees, titanium knees, titanium hips. Thank goodness, knocked her right out the monorail with an ECV.
Knocked her out of the monorail?
Knocked her out of
Out.
the doors opened and we were about to exit and just rammed right into her and knocked her onto the ground out of the monorail.
I just what I wouldn't give to have heard Marion's reaction to that moment. I know it is traumatic, however.
Oh,
What did she say?
I can't say that on this
Give us a
podcast
dramatic reenactment.
because there was a lot of
Was
curse
the
words.
person apologetic?
No, this is the thing. She wasn't like.
Oh.
Listen, these were both women clearly in like their 70s, so like it wasn't like an age thing, right? She was like, "I'm sorry," like that was it. And my cousin Marion was
Had a ramp
not
been put
happy.
down yet?
Okay. Oh wait, I'm sorry. They were already outside of the monorail. I'm making that up now.
That was a hard day. That was a hard day.
She was outside of the monorail, but she had just walked off the monorail, and so she stepped off the monorail, and that's when she got hit. So,
Yeah.
So
that's
just
what I meant.
complete impatience to get off and get going into whatever park it was.
Complete
Oh my
impatience.
gosh.
And had it all, like her whole arm was cut up, like blood everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
And it was that night. Like I really don't like being in Magic Kingdom too late and like trying to leave with
It's
the
a
rest
nightmare.
of the crowd. She wanted to come see the new nighttime parade, and then she wanted to go home. And I was like, "Bet, let's go, and we will deal with the monorails, whatever. We could get back to the car." Which I'm as a non-local, I'm not really used to that, and I know that's why a lot of locals don't do that.
I avoid Magic Kingdom. It ain't worth the transportation gauntlet that you have to go through to get there.
Yeah, I know it's rough.
That lady wasn't driving an ECV. She was driving a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride cart. That's what she was doing.
There should be,
those curves.
speaking of EC, there should be a ban. There should be only specific bottles that are allowed, because that's the other thing too. I see some people flying through the parks on those things sometime. I'm just like, like seriously,
Fast
a
and
kid
Furious
steps out in front of you. You're taking that kid out, like, seriously. Like, some of them, I don't understand how some of these ECVs go as fast as you're on a go-kart right now.
Well,
like, you're in what the heck?
I just think, Demi, you brought this up before. I love how we turned this into a bonus one. This is a bonus.
Yeah, this is a bonus.
This is a bonus one. But so you need to familiarize yourself. But we're not saying that people. We just have to clarify, like we did last time, that we're not saying that people should not have accessibility devices in the parks. We're just saying that you need to familiarize yourself with it. If you're going to use one, familiarize yourself with how it works, because my grandma needed one year and she couldn't figure out, because she's older, she couldn't grasp the going and the braking with her hands, and she would like clamp down on it, and she fully clipped herself with her cane. My dad always talks about it. She had her cane resting on it and she clipped herself going into a ticket booth. But it's just, and then she made herself bleed by crashing into the bus on it, and it was a whole thing. But it's like, you need to, Disney should make people maybe pass a course before, take a little checklist and go over with you how it works. And I think that would solve a lot of problems. But that nice little bonus one we got going there. Segue after nice little pun there, a segue from Kohl's. And you know what, I can see the light. I can see the light, Demi. I believe that we're making our way up Cole's beard, and we are ascending toward the light, much like mountain climbers on the Matterhorn.
Mr. Beard, let down your beard.
Your Mr. Beard, Mr. Bibbidi, let down your bobbity beard.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Joey.
My second one is it gets. And maybe, you know what, I should preface this by saying I am fully aware that maybe some of my dear friends might be guilty of this. Not sure if you two have ever done this. I have never done this. It makes me so nervous whenever I see anybody sticking their hand in the water in rides to splash other people.
Ew, no, why would I do that?
Because I never want to
There's like
assume.
mechanics in there. You want to get your
Well,
finger clipped?
well, because I would shame you on this pod if you did reveal that you had done it. Because not only is it, yeah, the water might be brominated, but it's water and it's a theme park and it's bacteria city. And if that splash gets in somebody's eye, especially somebody who you're not trying to splash, like me on It's a Small World one time,
Oh
your eye can
God.
potentially get infected. My eye thankfully did not get infected, but it's a very real possibility. Second,
A
my
lot of
next,
a lot of things happen to you at these
they
parks,
do.
don't they, Joe?
Oh, they do. And my second, you know what, Debbie?
You're like a character in Final Destination, but
Yeah, Final Parts
but
Destination.
like
That's
to
me.
not the minor inconvenience destination.
My-
instead of the parish, it's just children bothering Joey.
yes, that's right. Where nobody's perishing. It's just me being relentlessly tormented by people under the age of 12. Speaking of Small World, when you go around that corner and they're telling you to clap and do all that stuff up in the window, child. I'm not clapping for you. When you're in little Pinocchio holding up your little sign, I'm not participating in your charade.
They're just trying to
Yes.
have fun. They're
I-
children.
I know, but imagine seeing me in a row all by myself, my arms crossed, and a child is trying to tell me to clap on Small World, and I'm like, no.
You're riding Small World, and just the kids waving to you from glass.
Well,
up
they have
above.
they have those little cards that the kids can put up against
Oh,
the
yeah.
glass that says like, oh, clap, oh, snap your fingers, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
I'm starting to
You're
understand
just-
why Joey's down here right now.
Yeah, why I'm down in hell. Yes.
You sound like the Grinch, like honestly.
I'm not mean to the children. I don't actually say no, I'm not doing it, but I will not do it. I will smile at them, but I don't. I'm not actually mean to children. This is all a bit. But but if you stick your hands in there, and I do have personal experience. It didn't happen to me, but it happened to my next door neighbor, who is actually now who has sadly perished. But at Kennywood, they have a ride called the Pittsburgh Plunge, and it's an old shoot the chutes ride. It's not a log flume, but it's a big chute style ride. And he stuck his hand out, and it was hanging over the side, and the boat crushed his thumb in between the trough and the boat, and he had a cast. And I remember that thing. For some reason, it sticks out to me like a child. It was all crusty, and his thumb was all dusty for a very long time. And that can happen. You sometimes can't see what is in that water, and you don't know when that boat is going to push up against a trough, and you could seriously injure yourself and infect somebody else with the water. So just don't do this. It's so gross, and it's very unsafe. And keep your hands, pieza piernas, or whatever they say. Para seguridad.
Oh my God.
Do I know what I just said? No, I don't.
But now you have to do it in the slinky voice.
Pieza piernas, para seguridad. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying?
I don't think you're actually saying real words.
I am.
I
Pieza
know.
piernas. That's a word. They say it on the security thing every time.
I know that, but I don't know confidently if you're actually saying it correctly.
Cole was you really having a moment there. He was really laughing at that. Cole
No
was
comment.
too stunned to speak. Cole, do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if they're words. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if that's correct.
Oh, maybe
Exactly.
maybe the unsafe behavior is me.
Honestly, I think that's what we've come to learn today,
Yeah.
and I don't think you're going to make it out of hell with me.
No.
I
Well,
think-
Demi, Demi, please attempt to save me too with your last one, please.
Okay, so I wanted to bring this up because the three of us are some childless millennials, and we don't ever have to really deal with this.
What are you
Unless
talking about?
we-
I got the Laura Dern dinosaur that needs God. That's my child.
Okay, but unless you are like me, and I don't know if you've had this experience, Cole, or even you, Joey, maybe with like Kennywood, but bringing children to Disney was a huge eye opener for me when I went with my cousin and his kids a couple years ago. And the one thing that I want to talk about for my final bad behavior is stroller culture. Okay,
Yes.
good. know, it seems like, Joey, you're unclear about this. I think we understand a little bit.
Yeah,
you know? Oh, you know, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for all of us, that was a huge, like, culture shock for me, honestly. Stroller culture is, like, a real thing. First of all, this also ties back to stop being mean to cast members when they tell you you can't leave your stroller just wherever you want it. You got to put it in the stroller parking. That's it. It's not that difficult. Just go do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't bring your stroller there, and if that's a problem for you, then you can't do it. That's it. And the cast member cannot change that for you. That's 1. 2, if we think, yes, the ECV thing was bad, and it is bad, but why are y'all bumper carsing with your strollers?
Yes.
So there was one time I was covering an Epcot festival, and my friend brought her kid, and at the time her kid was still in a stroller. She was pretty young, and you know, her kid actually has some physical disabilities, and she asked me for like 2 seconds to watch this child, and we were off to the side. Nobody, you know, it was a busy day. It was a very busy day. I will say that. We were off to the side, and we were like in Canada, and just like standing in front of her, you know, looking at her in the stroller so she knows everything's fine. All of a sudden, a guy with another stroller right into her. Like for the 2, and I mean the 2 seconds that her mother was away.
Oh, no.
She was fine, thankfully.
Yeah.
But like, this is what I mean. It's like, you have no idea if there's like, first of all, you could hurt like like any child, but especially a child with some like physical disabilities.
It's Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, Cooper's barking. He's all angry about it.
Oh, that's Cooper. I thought it was my dog terrorism. No, it's Cooper. Cooper, we'll let Cooper stay in. Little Coopy can stay in.
He's mad.
That's
He's
okay.
mad at all of the stroller situations.
Yeah, he is mad. You tell him, Coop.
Sorry. He's not normally here when we record. Anyway, but you know, yeah, it's just really, it's really annoying. And then people get annoyed because you have to like, so when you do stroller parking, you know, there is only like a certain amount of room. So sometimes people like move around strollers, and it's like, I understand if you don't want your stroller to be touched. I get that. I really understand that. But what you have to understand is people are going to try to like fit their stroller to move on with their day. And so it's not like the end of the world if like a stroller is moved like a few inches or whatever, right? But people like really freak out over that. I really understand when like you put your stroller like maybe like at one end and it ends up somewhere else, and you're like, you get scared and you panic and you hope nobody took anything. Like, I get it. Don't leave anything valuable in your stroller.
Stroller confidence? No, I know this is completely not the thing. The confidence some people have with strollers and what they leave in their strollers that I see when we're like walking by, I'm like, where do you think you are? Like, where do you think you are? Like, I would not be leaving what you're leaving in your stroller. Like,
nope.
Yep.
The merchandise is expensive, and you're just gonna leave 6 bags right there on the stroller.
I literally just saw a video the other day of like, oh, we bring a stroller to Disney, but it's not for a kid. We just like buy things and then we leave, you know, put it in the stroller so we don't have to carry it all day. And like, yeah, I get that, but then it's like, okay, so then you're gonna leave it when you go on a ride. That's.
But you know, if I see a piece of Figment merch in there,
Joey, you're staying in hell.
It's coming home with me.
Thou shalt not steal.
Yeah, this is supposed to be atonement. I'm supposed to be atoning. And I want to steal the Figment merch. No, I would never do that. I would honestly never do that.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah, everyone's crazy with these strollers. People are confident. Yeah, it's just crazy. But but the unsafe behavior of the way that y'all are very like fast and navigating with them, like, please, just
Fast and Furious stroller edition. And the same way that I'm gonna say that child stepped on my shoe, there was a woman going down Main Street. I was leaving Main Street. I was about to go back to Epcot for the evening, and a lady just clipped the back of my brand new Balance with
these New Balance never had a chance.
Demi, they really didn't. You saw them, Demi, and you saw them the first time. That was the first day I ever wore them, and you got to see them in all of their glory. Thank you.
It's okay. And, I got new white back. Yeah.
You should stop wearing new shoes. to a theme park.
So I had this.
That's the first mistake you made. Is wearing new shoes to a theme. I can't keep my old shoes from they're a whole nother level of dirty when I leave a theme park. So I don't know how you're keeping them clean to begin with.
This is my thing that also will, as I'm now saying it, will probably land me deeper into the pits of hell. However, Demi, you have also yelled at me for doing this. My old strategy for shoes at theme parks was to buy the cheapest, because I love, my favorite color is black, and I like to usually do like a pop. This is like what I'm wearing right now, a black t-shirt with a little Mickey is probably the most color I will do. And then I always like to have a crisp white shoe. So I would buy, anytime before a theme park trip, I would buy a cheap Amazon pair of just all white tennis shoes. And then when I was done with that trip, I would throw them away. And, but wait. So the New Balance.
Were your feet not killing you?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, they were. They were. And it was like
and that's why I yell at him.
I didn't. Well, yes. Maybe
You're staying in hell.
I'm staying in hell. However, there's no. I've fallen off of Cole's beard. I am now communicating via walkie-talkie. I've fallen off Cole's beard. But I will say the New Balance issue was something that I wanted to do to combat my wastefulness, and I was like, I gotta finally just buy a nice pair. And let me tell you, that pair they do clean very easily, and I waterproof them, so the stains do come out, and they do look still brand new. But I will say my feet felt so much better.
Oh, really? What a
I was like, wow, this doesn't hurt actually after a whole day. This is possible.
Thank you. So, I've been wearing New Balance sneakers since the beginning of me going to these parks since I was 25 years old. So even at the young age of 25, I knew we got to protect the dogs.
That's in 3 years for me.
Yeah. Okay, 36 next week. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, thank you very much.
Well, actually, next week from when this episode
Oh my God, yeah, you're right. A week, 6 days from the dropping of this episode.
Cole, you're absolutely right. I said to him, you can't do this to your feet. You're really gonna hurt you. You really need to have really good shoes at these parks. But what's so funny is you're absolutely right. Try not to wear new shoes. I had to get new white shoes to go with because I had to do an outfit. And I had the outfit and I needed new white shoes, and my white sneakers were done, so I couldn't wear them anymore anyway. And so I broke them in and whatever. The first day I wear them into the parks to have this picture done, I drop a ton of mustard right on my new white Balance shoes.
And it's also, we have to think of preserving our feet for Igor.
Yes,
we need to preserve our feet for Igor. If he needs to harvest them, we can't put them through the ringer like this. So, good advice. PSA. Look, I brought it back in the end.
Yes.
So,
wow.
I like wearing white shoes too. I wear these cloth ones that I can throw in the washer when I get back, and it just cleans them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I just added that. They're Suave. It's off Instagram ad that got me a couple years ago, and now I have 5 pairs of these shoes. SUAVS. Swap?
So yeah, swap. So now Demi Cole's information is now with the Sawada
they're dirty right
death
now,
experiment.
but I can literally I can take the soles out and just throw them in the wash. They're great.
Right. I mean, I've washed my New Balance ones too. It's just they take a long time to dry.
And they pack flat.
Oh, they do. But there's no arch support.
Oh no, I get better insoles for them.
You get your inserts, honey.
I put different insoles in them. They
you
work.
shows.
I need to have a thick heel for me to survive a whole day in the park.
Don't get these then. These are
not for me.
Slip-ons.
Yeah. No. Wow. We did it, guys. We really found some unsafe and bad park behaviors.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like we have really helped our audience in knowing what not to do.
They're now etched in the tablets. But Demi
learned a lot about Joey too. Sorry, I couldn't get you out.
Yeah, thank you so much for saving me, Cole. You're a real one,
Demi.
Joey. The podcast is now over because you're staying in hell, baby. This is a solo show now. The park peep.
But Demi, do we maybe want to read the part of the script that retcons that ending.
Fine. I didn't want to because I think it's way funnier that way. Now that we're done, we must check in. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride Judge, have we been delivered from hell?
Yes, Demi.
Oh,
yes.
one of you has. One of you has. You might have to have a part 2 episode to go back for Joey.
Joey's like, he's not getting his way with the way he wrote the ending of
In that.
And I'm honestly so happy.
Listen, you didn't give me a script. That was the first mistake.
I should have just done a scream at the end of that. I should have just been like, ah. And then I'm falling deeper and deeper into the depths of hell. But yes, I still, like I said, I have my walkie-talkie. I'm still able to, communicate with y'all back at Fantasyland, because you have now been spewed out into Fantasyland, and I am doomed to perish here in the flames.
But if you have the walkie-talkie, we can continue the podcast, which is nice.
That's true. So,
okay.
Yes. So, Demi, you're officially saved. Salvation is yours. Thank you to Cole. AKA Bibbidi Bobbidi Beard, for helping us. We do truly appreciate it. And yes, I do appreciate you, even though you condemned me to hell. So thank you, Cole.
Thanks, Cole. You're a real one. Can you tell everybody where they can follow you?
Primarily on TikTok and Instagram. Also over on Facebook. Handle same everywhere. Bibbidi Bobbidi Beard. Yeah. I have a YouTube, but I don't post there. I'm bad about it.
You're gonna get you going. We're gonna get you going someday.
Yeah, I gotta.
Well, thank you so much, Cole, for being here. And while we urge you to please not engage in unsafe behaviors we've called out here, please make sure you do help support our new era of salvation, well, at least mine, by following us at Park Peeps Pod, subscribe, comment, and participate in the aforementioned giveaway, information for which is now on our Instagram. Until next week.
Look at Demi.
Hey, Demi, how many followers to be able to get Joey out of hell?
Oh, everybody, this is great. Let's add it.
666. We need to add 666 followers to get me out of hell. So if you plus that number onto what we already have, and that's the number that I can't do math, but that's the number we need to get. Yes. And Demi I had been banished to hell, and Demi just continued right on to read my line of the script. I'm just really being erased here. Until next week, I say from my walkie-talkie, when we return with another new episode. Bye-bye for now. Stay safe out there in Fantasyland, y'all.
Stay safe, everyone. Bye, Joey.
Bye.
Bye, Joey.
Bye.